service from last week, and I liked the he gave the 10-bell salute to the Hulkster. No intro, just the 10-bell salute to the Hulkster. So
yep, I skipped the intro. I thought that would be better.
And speaking of the Hulkster, we'll just do this. This is one of the most recent and simplest, and we talked about this when I bought it, but we'll just show this guy today because Hulkamania will live forever. And I remember talking about this figure because I told you this was actually a sign Hogan took from a fan. Man, I want to say it was Royal Rumble. I'm a horrible, but this happened in real life. Like this was really made. So
yeah, I think he showed it to me.
Can you imagine being the fan that made that?
Oh yeah, get a toy. That's freaking awesome. Because I mean, people make signs all the time, but to get one to live in infamy like that, that's
and it's a very.
Do they have to pay him rights? Like I wonder.
I don't know, but you see, it's a very basic figure. But this alone makes it a great figure. So there we go.
And of course, Boomer has it.
Well, of course I do. It's going to get harder now, though. I don't even want to talk about collectors right now. Okay. And people that have Hulk Hogan stuff and signatures because it's already fucking out of control.
Yeah, speaking of that hush money, I bet you could.
Jesus, dude.
You could get.
There's literally people now that want $2,500 for anything signed by Hulk Hogan. All of his shops, the day after he passed, all of his shops sold out of all of his autographed merchandise because Hogan would just autograph stuff all the time and they'd sell it online. It's all gone. It was gone the next day. So, yeah, no shock, right? Like, thank gosh I have the Hogan stuff. I do. All right.
I'm saying if you sold your Hogan stuff, you probably could you could get that hush money.
Between my Hogan stuff and my mom's Elvis stuff, like I'm ready to go. I'm gonna live in Bermuda. Call me. Call me if you're looking for some stuff. I'm sitting on a gold mine. I just gotta sell it, right? I'm not selling my Hogan stuff.
No, I didn't think you were. I'm just saying that the option there.
everybody's got a price though, right? I guess the price is up. Yeah. By the way, his beer is also flying off the shelf. So what amazes me is I shouldn't be an ass. I should just let it go. There's all these haters online, but all of a sudden you can't get anything that says fucking Hulk Hogan on it, can you?
Well, the
whole world hates him, but you don't like.
There's a huge portion that loves them. There's a huge portion.
There's people that don't like them that are buying that shit just so they can scalp it, and make money.
Well, yeah, money knows no allegiance.
Money. Anyway, we'll skip past that. Let's go. Let's talk some. Oh shit. All right. Well, here's our first crazy story, and we got an Annabelle update. Don't worry, kids. She's back where she belongs, safe. But comedian Matt Rife.
I heard about this.
Who I have talked about on this show because he's one of my favorites. Him and his friend, that's a YouTuber and a ghost hunter, they bought the Warren Museum and home. And as you see what that says, Matt Rife is now the legal guardian of Annabelle because nobody owns Annabelle, baby.
That's that doesn't sound like safety.
And they show all these clips. I had no idea because they show all these clips, and he's been on like Ghost Adventurers, which is just one of those ghost hunting shows and stuff.
Yeah,
so
I know
know that he's actually into this. So it wasn't just like to make news. He's into this stuff. But here's where it gets interesting. He's going to have the museum open to the public, of course, which is nothing new. They did that before. But he's going to offer overnight stays. Who wants a slumber party with Annabelle?
Oh my! So just in the basement where Annabelle is, or like
it's not a basement? House? It's not. You can stay in the house. Yeah, you don't got to exclusively stay in the room with Annabelle, but still.
Sorry, I've been watching the Conjuring movies, and they have it in a basement. Like they have it locked in to this room where they have all the supernatural stuff. They said they have a priest bless it every month or something like that.
I get why they did it in the Annabelle movies for the Hollywood reason. They used that, scary, ugly looking doll. But in my opinion, the real fucking doll is a lot creepier than the one in that movie. The fact that this
not a fan of Raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann doll could cause who knows what is way scarier than that. Like the one in the movie looks like it's scary. This doll doesn't look scary. This doll doesn't look scary. If you were an ignorant person that didn't know what this doll was, even with that sign on there, if you knew nothing about Annabelle, you'd just open that bitch up and want to hug that doll probably. You wouldn't know.
To be honest with you, though, do you think those movies would be as successful as they are
if they would have
went with the original Annabelle?
I get it because they had to do it for Hollywood. I get it. show. We're gonna see how this goes. Matt, just leave her shut, okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't take her back.
Yeah.
Don't take her on the road with you or anything like that. She was burning plantations and killing handlers. So just leave her in the fucking box.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
What's
much
in
better
the
idea.
box?
It's a much better idea to let people come in there and see Annabelle and God knows what else they have in that place. But don't take her on the road. No more road trips. It doesn't turn out good, you know. What's the guy in the commercial, the insurance commercial, like Chaos? Is that what they call him or whatever?
Mayhem.
Mayhem. This
His
shit's
name's
worse than that.
Mayhem.
This is worse than Mayhem. Don't take Annabelle on the road. Just don't do it. But so yeah, there you go. Mac's actually coming to Columbus, and I wanted to go see him, but thanks. Yeah, can't do it. I'll just keep it at that. I get his not on him, but yeah, the tickets for anything are just crazy. I'll stick to going to the comedy.
I mostly know him because he does a lot of on TikTok and stuff. He does a lot of crowd work. Yes. It seems to be the only thing. I don't know if his stand-up is any funny. I mostly only see the crowd work.
So what it is like, so everybody split and thought that was all he did, but he's like, why would I put my jokes on TikToks? Why would I put my act on TikTok so other comedians could steal it or whatever? So he only puts this crowd work. That's just the beginning of his shows.
Well, that actually makes a lot of sense too, because crowd work stuff is something that happens like it's lightning in a bottle. It happens when it happens.
It's warm up, and he don't mind sharing that because you can't really steal it. Like you're fact making right now. You can't steal that. That's just
so you don't want your set to be well, even that. But if everybody sees his set online,
why would you go see him?
Why would you go pay them the crap load of money that you have to pay to see his jokes?
Yeah. So he actually has 2 specials on Netflix. Netflix, like it's plural, on Netflix. And one is his like a normal stand-up special, but the other one's actually called Matt Rife, a crowd work special. And he does the whole thing as crowd work, and he's never done that before. It's like an hour and a half, and it's so hilarious. And part of the reason I love him is because these people go there and they expect it, and they fucking just embrace it. If you're sensitive, don't watch his shit.
I mean, in fairness, he
makes fun of cripples to their faces. He does all this to people's faces, and they eat it up. They know this. They want this to happen. They beg for him to destroy them. Like, and
honestly, if you're sensitive, I wouldn't go to any
comedian show, especially
any comedian that you know is going to make fun of you. Like I got made fun of when oh shit, what's his name? Dude from In Living Color. One of the comedians on there, I went and saw him live, and he made fun of me. They literally moved me to the front when I went, and it was awkward because it was like the last date I ever had with my wife when we were divorcing. But they moved me and her to the front because we were white, and we were like one of the only white couples in the audience, and they wanted a white couple in front so he could make fun of.
So you had a similar experience to me, because I shit you not that I went to a comedy show and me and my wife did, and it was a black comedian, and there were too many white people there, and here I am. I have to be the white bald guy covered in tattoos, and he and it was great. I ate every minute of it up. I didn't even care. I loved it.
It was great for me too, but at the same time, it was a little awkward because I was some of the things he said, and I was literally going through a divorce, or my ex-wife literally just told me a couple days before that she wanted a divorce.
Ouch. And bad timing.
Well, I bought tickets for our 5-year anniversary.
Ooh.
And this was our 5-year anniversary date, and we decided to go to it anyways. And and it was David Alan Grier, by the way.
Oh, there you go, David. Oh, he's hilarious. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the comedian that tore me up, but it was funny. Even though part of me in my head, I was like, "We're going a little heavy with this Nazi stuff. I hope people don't buy it. I have to leave here. Let's not." So anyway, after the show, he's out on like the patio area of this comedy club, and he's talking to all the people. So I had to go up and say something to him, and say, "Hey, man, that was funny, blah blah." And I was like, "Can we take a picture?" He said, "Sure." So we stand there next to each other. My ex-wife takes the picture, and I shit you not, you couldn't see him in the picture, which I shouldn't laugh at, but he laughed so fucking hard. He was, it was nighttime, and it's like, it was,
wow,
it was funny.
Oh, wow.
It was funny. Yeah. Anyway, so there we go, Matt. Just keep that genie in the bottle, okay? That's all we're saying. Keep that genie in the bottle.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Just don't. I don't want to lose.
Just
Matt.
like
He's young.
in the distance, you start hearing, "You got a friend in me."
Like those creepy. Have you seen the creepy videos where people are supposedly catching Woody dolls that are alive? Like that creepy
Yeah.
shit. Have you seen those? You can't believe anything today, though. There's too much AI. You know. All right, next. Not too long ago, we had Comic Con, so you know I'm excited about new toys, but I think you are going to like this crossover too because we're getting WWE and Street Fighter. And there you see The Rock,
Oh,
final
that's kind of
boss.
cool. That's
Pretty
kind of cool.
badass. Yeah.
As
But, and
M.
I
Bison,
couldn't,
right?
yeah, and I couldn't save all of them because there's like 6 or 7 or whatever coming out. But the next one I think's the most badass one I saw, and that was Ray's. And I believe he's Ray is Ryu or Gaiju,
Yeah.
right? Ryu, yeah, Ryu.
It,
That's pretty
it would be
badass.
either Ryu or Ken.
It is. It tells you back there, yeah, that he's Ryu, but that's pretty sick. I can't remember all the other ones. I do. Oh, I remember that the Ultimate Warrior is Beast. Did they call him Beast in the game? He's the green guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but
It was Blanca.
Blanca. That's who the warrior is. John Cena is not John Cena. Cody is John Cena is the guy Cody's playing in the movie.
Guile.
But John Cena is the Guile figure. Yeah. So there
Nice.
you go. There's like 4 or 5 of them. I think.
Man, the fact that they didn't go
slick.
with you said Cody is playing.
Yeah, but I think these figures probably came out before Cody was cast in the movie. They had to come out before Cody was cast in the movie. You know what I mean? So, but speaking of Cody, Cody's getting a pretty badass figure. I think this is sick. This is Cody's WrestleMania. It comes with Brandy, by the way. It's a 2-pack. I don't have Brandy in the picture. You can see her in the background. But we get Cody with his mask. There's Brandy in the background. But
that's cool.
That's sick, dude. Cody's masks. I think the one he had at Summerslam might be my favorite so far. It was kind of an Iron Man looking mask. It's pretty badass. But this
now maybe I'm a dick, but I see these masks and it just reminds me of when Triple H wore masks at WrestleMania. It's
a little different though. He tries to make these skulls look like his tattoo, but yeah,
I get it.
You can't help, especially that one with the crown around it too. It's definitely there's some trick.
Yeah,
and maybe that's intentional. You know,
it could be.
But yeah, that's a 2-pack, and actually, you can also get another 2-pack that features Cody and his dog. Cody's dog is getting a figure. So, and not to be left out, so is Punk. Punk's dog is also getting a figure. You get some animals in these figure lines.
Is that the next picture, or
no? The next picture is another new line that they're bringing back. They're bringing back the big LGN guys, and this is the redo of the original first LGN Hulk Hogan. Now they did make some slight changes to it because right away they're thinking they don't want people to try to pass this off as the original and try to sell it. So this one is actually tanner than the original Hogan, and I think the mustache is also different, I believe. But there's 4 wrestlers in the new line. I only see 2 graphics. You have Hulk Hogan, which makes sense because he's the original one, and that John Cena, and I like the look of that John Cena. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, and I didn't send you graphics, but the other 2 are Dusty Rhodes and Logan Paul. Logan Paul's getting an LGN. How about that? So
that's crazy. So there's only 4, and Logan Paul is one of them.
Yeah, isn't that wild? And Dusty and Logan are on black backings instead of blue.
Now, I would say if it's with these being throwback figures, we should have got like a Hollywood Hogan figure, because I'm assuming they never did one of those back then. But I almost guarantee you they did a Hulk Hogan, like you just mentioned.
Well, that is the Hulk Hogan. That is the same Hulk Hogan. They just made it tanner, and I think the mustache is different, but it's the same style, the same shape. The belt's coming with it, the same belt. That is the same original. But the crazy thing is, these are a Target exclusive. And WWE decided to announce the day they went on pre-order on Monday Night Raw. It was right after Hogan died. Because right away when I saw this picture, I'm like, fuck it, I got to have one of these.
Of course.
They sold out. Boom, like that. A week later, Target put them on pre-sale again, all of them, not just Hogan. The time I hopped on there, gone.
All sold out.
Yesterday, I'm scrolling through Facebook. I wish I could remember your name, but someone out there, and thank you on one of the wrestling pages I followed, shared, hey, Target's got round 3 pre-order up. I hopped on and I got them. I got Hulk and John Cena on pre-order.
Nice.
So I will have those 2 in my collection. The John Cena is pretty slick, which we got a lot to talk about with Mr. Cena too. And I forgot, here I'm slacking again. I forgot I have to take stuff down to add. Your co-host isn't as good as you, just so you know. I'm pretty funny and shit, but when it comes to this stuff, I'm a slacker.
Well, hey, while you're like looking that stuff up, we actually got a comment on one of our pages.
We did.
We did.
He wanted to surprise me. He didn't tell me about this. Go ahead.
I did not. I did. It's on the if I can find it, here it is. It was from at Andrew's Opinion 15. It was on the Boomer and Blaze YouTube site. We're actually getting, it seems like, more traffic on the specific Boomer and Blaze site than I am on my Dragon Blazer Productions. And it just says, I don't fully understand it, but cool. The Boomer and Blaze WWF Raw 1994 Sega Genesis wrestling video game reviews. That's all it says. I liked the comment, loved it. You know,
hey, it's a comment movie. They're saying
it's engagement.
Yeah.
I figured he's just like
a review. Is that what that
is? No. That was on the Raw. Oh. Remember how I how I cut down every single one of our video game reviews into little
individual.
Individual. This was on the video for WWE Raw, 1994. Okay. So me and Rage actually did it.
I figured you guys would have already done that. Yeah.
So unless he's asking for me and you to do it. Yeah, me and Rage already did that.
If you're listening to this, or you do listen to this, let us know what you wanted there. If that was a comment or question.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love traffic no matter what. Not trafficking.
Right. No, we're not a big fan of trafficking, but
we don't oh gosh, here I go again. Why is my tongue so fucking bad? We haven't got there yet, but that's not a good joke right now.
Oh no.
Anyway. All right. Well, that was all my non-wrestling related. Unless you have something else to add, because we are going to
no.
We're going to run down Summerslam. Now, we are not going to go over every match, at least not in full detail. We're going to talk about some of the big stuff, but SummerSlam. Now, listen, this was amazing. Of course, we got the 2 nights, and by the way, they have officially announced that Survivor Series and Royal Rumble are going to go to 2 nights. Money in the Bank is also being considered to go 2 nights. So we may have 5 pay-per-views that are 2 nights. But the other 3 they're considering, I guess you can justify them all because they all have women and men's matches. So one night could be, the men's, the other night could be
so it's the ones that have like a special tournament or match that's specific. Like Hell in a Cell normally has a women's and a men's.
Because Money in the Bank, you have the men's and women's. Survivor Series, you have the men and women's War Games, and Rumble, you have the men's and women's Rumble. So each one will, get a night to main event. So
yeah.
And with the success, I mean, we can't blame them, right? And to be honest, SummerSlam didn't feel that. It didn't feel super, super like dragged out to me. I didn't watch the pre-show. I don't need 3 hours of pre-show.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hate anybody that watches it. But I don't need 3 hours of pre-show. But here's a crazy stat for you. So the first night of SummerSlam was 4 hours. From the beginning of the show to the end, 4 hours. How much time of that do you think was actual wrestling? We're not talking about entrances or after. We're talking bell to bell. How much time out of 4 hours do you think was bell to bell wrestling?
So I'm assuming they're bringing this up because it's only like 2 hours.
You're close, but that's too much. It was 1 hour and 37 minutes of actual wrestling.
Wow.
In a 4-hour pay-per-view.
Wow.
That's night 1. And by the way, Punk and Gunther went 30 minutes. So really you had, besides the main event, you had an hour. Isn't that insane?
That's nuts.
But of course, like I said, that's taking out, because when they tell you how long a match is, they usually count the entrances and all that. This is just the actual bell-to-bell wrestling itself. No entrances, no shenanigans afterwards or whatever. Just the actual wrestling. Kind of wild.
Yep. Understood. Yeah. All right. So before we get started,
yes. So what we'll do is we're going to we'll run down SummerSlam, but we're not going to talk every match in detail and all that stuff because we got a lot.
Are we going to go through our picks at least?
Do you have your? Did you end up taking yours down? I have mine right in front of me.
I have mine on my phone here.
Okay, so then I'll just go in the order that we did them. This wasn't the order the matches took place, but I'm going to follow the way we did it. We picked, and then a few of them we'll talk detail. We'll see how quick we can do this. So the first match I had wrote down was Tiffany Stratton versus Jade for the WWE Women's Championship. I chose Tiff,
So did I. We both got that right.
but I got to talk about this for a minute. Um, I don't understand why. No, I picked Tiff. I expected Tiff to win, but I thought they were going to do like some kind of caught Jade off guard, quick kind of roll up or something. I didn't expect a long match. And the botch at the end, where apparently Tiffany should have had her foot on the rope and Jade pulled it over. Like,
Yeah, that was awkward.
I don't understand why they build up Jade. Jade is going through the same thing LA Knight does. Yeah. Like, why do we build him up, put him in the spotlight, and then burn him back down? Like, they didn't protect Jade. That's my bitch here. Like, I thought they were going to protect her. Jade Cargill looks like a fucking comic book hero. You know what I mean? Like, tell me why Tony Khan, who's just a fanboy, knew what to do with Jade, but the WWE doesn't know what to do with Jade. I don't get it.
I don't know.
She could have lost, but you didn't protect her at all. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not gonna go.
Maybe they were more focused on building Tiffy up.
And tell me they don't do the same thing with LA Knight. Like, I don't know if you got to watch Raw, but I had zero reason to believe that LA Knight was going to win the world title the night after SummerSlam and Seth cashed in. Like, I didn't have any reason to believe that. You just needed somebody to put there. So, let's put LA there. But you're not doing it to build LA. You just wanted him in that spot. Like, don't get me started. Most things I love.
I did not get to watch Raw. I watched all of SummerSlam, but I did not watch Raw.
Well, I mean, and it was great build up. Adam Pearce came out and forced Seth into a title match because he said he was pissed about Seth. By the way, we're not there yet, so let me leave that alone. But anyway, he did this whole storyline about how he was mad about Seth lying and Seth's doctor's line and blah, blah, blah. And he forced him into a title match. But of course, LA Knight didn't win. Punk interfered. It was shenanigans, whatever. But there we go. So we both picked him. The next match that was on the list, the way we went down, was Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew and Logan. I picked Orton and Jelly Roll.
So did I.
We
were wrong.
I also didn't watch this match, and it's not because I didn't want to watch the match. I started at the end on both nights and went back, and I totally forgot to watch this match. I heard it was okay. I heard for it being Jelly Roll's first match ever that he did pretty good. I don't know. It was supposed to be a fun match, so if it was fun, I mean, I did see the spot where fucking Logan Paul frog splashed Jelly Roll through the table. I saw that on the internet, but I didn't watch the match. So
it was all right.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's kind of like, it was all right. But hey, good for Jelly Roll. You know, he did some training, he did some whatever. So there you go. We were both wrong though. Just so you know, we were both wrong.
We were both wrong.
I don't want to do what's on here next. We're going to save that. I'm going to skip over that in a second. We'll go to the ladies' tag team title match. It was Raquel and why do I always forget her name?
Roxanne Perez.
Perez did that against Liv and Charlotte for the women's tag titles. I picked Liv and Charlotte.
I picked Charlotte and Alexa. Yep.
Or that's what I meant. I said Liv. Alexa and Charlotte. That's who I picked.
I was like, did I read this wrong? I'm pretty sure that was Alexa Bliss.
And by the way, Charlotte looked like...
You don't ruin my girl's name, okay?
Charlotte looked like $1 million. I'm just saying, that woman there's an aura about Charlotte. You know what I mean? And we all know.
I like Charlotte and I love Alexa. So.
And I love them together, and I love this "we're not friends" stuff and the whole thing. So good match. Congratulations. The match that actually kicked off SummerSlam, Roman and Jay against Braun and Bronson, and I picked Roman and Jay.
I picked
Braun and Bronson.
Yeah.
You lost.
Yes, I did.
I just saw it happen. You got Roman Reigns the first night and in the opening match. Like, of course he was going to win. He'll be leaving soon though because he's got to go be a street fighter.
I thought they were going to push, make it a big deal about, oh my gosh, Roman comes back and he loses. Yeah. I thought that Seth's team was going to get a big push here, but no. I was wrong.
The next one we'll talk about, I'm upset about. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. I picked Kross.
I picked Sami Zayn.
I love Sami, but Kross is over. Kross's contract's up. The fans want Kross, but you haven't even offered him a new contract, and you lost to Sami for no reason. Sami didn't need to win this match. Love Sami Zayn to death. Sami didn't need to win this match. Give me one reason why Sami Zayn needed to win this match, because he didn't.
Because Sami Zayn needs to win that title, and he needs the momentum. He needs the push. I want to see Sami Zayn win that title.
I love Sami to death. Sami has zero chance of being in the title picture right now. There's too many. He's not going to get past the Punks and the Rollins and the Reigns and the Cenas and the Codys he's not going to get there right now. Unfortunately, it's too crowded with the veterans. Brock's back now. We'll get to that in a minute too. But yeah, I just don't think Sami's going to get the world. I want Sami to get there too, but it's not going to happen right now. It's all going to be about Punk and Seth.
You asked for one reason. I gave you the reason.
But you gave me a reason, but I think Karrion Kross will probably be on his way out along with Scarlett because you're just not showing any kind of interest in keeping him. But it had a good story in it where Sami, got the weapon handed to him. He ended up not using it. But in the end game, I just don't see why they did this. So let's talk about the main event. Gunther defended his title against CM Punk. I picked Gunther.
I also picked Gunther, but we've been fine with CM Punk winning, and I was very fine with that. This was great.
Yeah, from beginning to end. First, I want to address CM Punk's gear was amazing. Little Fantastic Four tribute. Like you walked out, man. If they make that figure, it's going in the case.
It's going in the case.
If they make that figure, it's going in the case. This was a 30-minute match, by the way. I was into it the whole time. There were points in that match with them fucking chops that I had to turn my head because I could feel the pain. Like Punk, I can't believe. I don't even know how many he took. I should have counted. Like Punk is a champ for taking all the fucking chops.
Mm-hmm.
My complaint, and I don't know if you noticed this too. My biggest complaint about this match is why was Gunther gently powerbombing Punk? He didn't follow through on any of his power bombs, and I don't know why.
That's why he lost.
He's all like, "There you go."
I don't know. That's weird.
It was a very weird thing. That was like the only thing I can think of that I really had to complain about. Unfortunately, after we recorded last week and we made our picks, then my source, which shout out to Ben, I can say his name, it's fine. Works for Wrestling News Source. He's going to tell me after we record and everything. Gunther has an injury and he's going to need to be out for a while.
Oh.
So I find this out before SummerSlam and I'm like, oh, fuck. Now, I don't know if that changed any of their plans because we all know what the real big surprise was. And I want to say right now, you know as well as me, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I read all the shit. I know a guy that works for a fucking company that covers professional wrestling. And you got all these people out here that want to say, I knew that was going to happen. Let's talk about the greatest cash-in ever, done by the man that used to hold the greatest cash-in ever because Seth out-Sethed his fucking self. This was amazing. And all you people that say you knew, like some people thought. You can say, I thought it was a work, but you can't say you knew. I didn't fucking know. Seth Rollins was taking his daughter to school on crutches. Seth Rollins literally worked this.
That is working the kayfabe.
He worked it everywhere. Everywhere.
That is amazing.
Pictures and videos, and he even talked about how painful it was because he didn't actually need it. But he wore that thing legit everywhere. He was on ESPN on his crutches with that fucking brace on. Literally worked this like the Undertaker used to work his character. And I did not see this coming at all. At all. Now, when he first came out, I still didn't see a cash-in coming. I thought, okay, this is what me and you had talked about. Seth can still be on TV. He can still tease it.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And if you watch that video, I watched it more than once because it was such an amazing cash-in. When he's walking away, when he first started walking away, Paul turned his head back. You know, it's those little things. And I'm like, oh. But he drops the crutches right when his music changes, like right at the right time. Where it changes and the flame shoot or whatever. I don't know. It's just the time to him dropping the crutches right when his music changes and the flames up on the screen. Fucking takes that leg brace off. Remember, Seth said he was going to make sure Punk never made it to the top and never got that title.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Now, I loved the way he did it.
Yeah.
But do you think it would have been slightly better if he would have came down to the ring, kind of did like a stare down with Punk, and then started like dropping or attacking him with the crutches? Like,
I don't know.
boom.
I liked
It,
the walk away.
I liked it. I liked it for the theatrics, but technically, wouldn't it make more sense if you're gonna like shock your opponent and to get a quick upper hand by attacking him with the crutches?
Well, I mean, and part of the theory you got to remember is to what he just went through. So he supposedly beat up.
Yeah, but you could also add the, oh my gosh, I thought I was safe,
but
but
shit, so
here's
I skipped right over because we went straight to this cash in. So if you haven't caught on, Punk obviously won the title. We got
oh
to talk about
yes,
we got to talk about the table spot where he like tripped up a Gunther or whatever, and Gunther hit his face on the table, and then he goes to the floor, and of course, because I know too much, I watch wrestling different. Gunther obviously bladed himself because he crawled under the table. But the reason they did that whole spot is so they can sell the injury that Punk broke his nose. Punk broke his nose. That's
yeah,
how
I
they're
gotcha.
gonna. But he does actually have a nose issue. Whatever's going on, it's something with his nose. So
That's the one thing that sucks about working as a wrestler. It's like
it's,
it's like, hey, you broke your nose. You already have the injury, so we need to actually make
we
you
got to
hit
sell
your
this shit. So.
face. We got to sell this shit, so we need to make sure you hit your face.
Yeah, and you would have thought like it seemed like he hit pretty hard, but obviously that didn't work because he had to give it a little help. But anyway, that's what they're going with. It is a nose injury, but the thing is, Gunther can take time off. That's fine. Let him rest. You know,
Yeah,
it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt him at all. He'll just get a huge pop when he comes back. Like it's fine.
he will. He will.
And there's a story here, of course. And Punk crying and with the title in his hands and all that was great. The only thing I hate about these, and I've said this before, the only thing I hate about the stadium shows is you can't really hear the crowd as good. You know what I mean? Like you can't really hear the
It's
crowd.
not inside. It's not
So,
keeping the sound
and
in.
the crowd reaction sometimes takes away from the watching. Sometimes during this whole pay-per-view, so they're going, do they even care? Like I don't hear anything. But you got to remember because it's in the stadium. Sometimes it's hard. But Seth's cash in was amazing. Once again, he fooled me, and they showed this backstage footage of Becky watching it, and she looked into the camera and goes, "What's wrong? Were my posts misleading?" Because of course Becky was also posting pictures of him like laid up and her taking care of him, you know. So she was this shit too. It's great.
Unfortunately I was kind of spoiled on this. So I was busy. Technically I forgot that this was on. SummerSlam was on, so I started trying to watch it when it was still recording live. And you can't get to the beginning when it's still recording or going live. So I click on that, and right off the bat, I see an interviewer talking about how Seth Rollins cashed
Son
in.
of a bitch.
So I actually got spoiled when I was trying to put this on. And that's why I watched the first night. I watched the early one first. And then I watched I think from Jade Cargill on. I watched all those matches the second half, and then I went back and watched the first half of the show.
Yeah, night one, I literally, by the time I got done with everything I was doing and got home from work and settled and blah, blah, and turned it on, it was time for the main event. So I went ahead and watched Punk and Gunther first on night one, and then went back and watched everything. And the same thing happened the second night. I waited until the main event, and I watched the main event, then went back and watched everything else. So congratulations to Seth. I think the next pay-per-view is Clash in Paris. So I wonder if that's where we're going to get Punk and Rollins.
I'm hoping that Rollins does everything he can to keep Punk from facing him, and they save it for WrestleMania.
I wanted to milk this story, and even if you don't wait till WrestleMania, Clash of not to knock Paris, it's great they're having a pay-per-view. But if you want these two to meet on a big pay-per-view,
I'm not knocking Paris.
He needs to find a way to screw them. He definitely needs to find a way to keep them away.
Yeah, I want this to be WrestleMania, and I really want Punk to win the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So we're going to move on tonight, too. And by the way, the only thing that's sad, congratulations to Seth, but now there's no more briefcases. No Money in the Bank still.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a long way to go before we get a new Money in the Bank winner. So,
well,
that's the only sad part.
I kind of like that. I mean, I don't mind them folding it for a long time, but yeah.
It's harder to do now. Like Edge, who had originally held it like a long time before he cashed in that first one, but it's a little harder to do now. All right, on to night two. The first match we picked was the women's world title match: Naomi, Rhea, and Io. And I picked Naomi.
I picked Io Sky.
And unfortunately, poor Mommy. Interesting side note: Mommy's never won at SummerSlam.
Oh
Rhea
no!
Ripley is 0-3. Wrong streak. That's not the streak you want. Wrong streak. No, I'm glad Naomi won it. I love Rhea too, but I don't. Naomi just got the belt. I didn't want her to see her lose it.
I had a feeling when the match started and Naomi got that interest with her dad playing her entrance music.
Yeah,
I was like, she's winning. She's winning.
That's usually a giveaway, right?
Yeah, she's winning.
It's still a giveaway in AEW. If they get a special entrance, they're winning that shit on the pay-per-view.
I had it wrong. It was not Io Sky.
By the way, side note, but wasn't that kind of disappointing? There weren't a lot of. We're not to that match yet, but I think we can all agree that the entrance and outfit and attire and everything of the night will go to AJ Styles for the whole fucking pay-per-view. But there wasn't a lot of special gear and stuff like you.
I don't really think about that in SummerSlam. I get disappointed at WrestleMania
because it was 2 nights. I thought they were going to do more of that pageantry. I thought they were trying to the summer WrestleMania. But anyway, so congratulations, Naomi. The next match we picked surprised me, and I was wrong. It was Becky defending her title against
Lyra Valkyria. You always have trouble with this.
Lyra, I get all the time. But anyway, I was shocked because, Becky retained. No more title shots for Lyra until there's a new champ.
I know. I picked Valkyria. I was wrong.
Yeah, I picked her too because I just thought of because of the stipulation. But I'm not mad. I love this new Becky. Becky's getting a lot more evil. She's turned into Seth, and I don't mean that in a freaky way. I mean that character-wise. Like she's turned a little bit into Seth. She's that evil heel, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
All right. The next match we chose, I was wrong about this match, and I was disappointed. It was Solo versus Jacob in a steel cage match, and we didn't need the steel cage for any reason except for to have Jacob fucking do a moonsault off the top at the end. But other than that, the cage was there just for looks.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
This is a big pet peeve of mine, and if it's a cage match, use the fucking cage. Otherwise, why is it there? What the fuck's the point? Just
understood. I agree.
So for me, this match was big. I don't even care if the Solo won. It was just the fucking. Let's have a cage, but not use the cage.
I care because I got a lot of these wrong, and I picked Solo. So.
Well, there you go. I picked Jacob, so I was wrong. The next one, and I was just talking about it. It was Dominic versus AJ. It was the 20th or 25th anniversary of the ladder match for the custody of Dominic, one or the other. I don't remember. But Dominic came out first, had on the lucha mask. Dominic Mysterio is a fucking heat magnet. Dominic's gonna be a star. Call me crazy, but I think one day Dominic will be the most famous Mysterio.
This was one of my.
Ray, but I think Dominic's gonna be bigger than Ray one day. I believe that. Dominic is just. It's insane.
I like him. I don't know if I believe that. Ray is like one of the most prolific wrestlers in our lifetime. So, I loved this match. This might have been my sneaky favorite match. If it wasn't from the shocking ends to the main events, I loved this. Like the Eddie Guerrero tribute in the middle of the match.
Yes.
Like both of them doing Eddie Guerrero
with the chair spot, yes. And AJ himself coming out with lowrider with his kid. And I don't know if AJ's son always had blonde hair, but he made sure it was blonde because that's what color Dominic's was. I don't know if that was coincidence or if he actually dyed it on purpose. But he came out with the lowrider. He had on the same trunks. He did the colors different, but the trunks he wore were the same trunks Eddie wore. They were styled just like Eddie's trunks from that match.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you noticed his shirt, but it looked like the Latino Heat shirt, but it actually said Styles Heat. But it was just like Eddie's old Latino Heat shirt. And like you said, they did the line cheat. They did the chair spot thing. It was
this chair spot was amazing. I loved that.
And Dominic kept his title, and I picked Dominic. And by the way, I don't know if you saw
I also picked Dominic.
This was somebody else's last SummerSlam. AJ said this is his last SummerSlam as well. AJ is getting ready to retire, but he's kind of trying not to steal the Cena retirement tour spotlight. But yeah, he said this was his last SummerSlam. So I don't know how much longer he's going to be around. I don't know how long his contract is. But yeah, AJ is winding down too. So Unfortunate. All right, and the next one of the most fun matches of the fucking weekend.
This was
a
entertaining.
TLC match with 6 teams. Wow. These guys, like, congratulations. You get this. You deserve this.
Yeah, when the guy like grabbed onto the belt and like lifted himself up when somebody was trying to hit him, that was so impressive. I love that.
Oh, yeah. There were so many spots in this match. The crowd was into it. And we even had Candice LeRae, right? She's the one that took the took the ladder, got pushed off the ladder, went through a ladder.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and I actually picked the Wyatts in that match.
I did too.
So there you go. Still the champs. I hope they do that every year. I was concerned about all the teams, but it was fun. I just hope everybody's okay. Hope nobody got hurt. But
it was a blast. It was a blast.
It was fun as hell. Oh, here we are. It's main event time. Little quick background before this, because I know you don't get to watch a lot of SmackDown, but over the past 2 weeks, maybe 3, they just slowly decided to kill heel Cena. It wasn't working, and whatever happened, gosh, I wish I could get.
I heard about it.
Even my source doesn't know like what the original plan was, but obviously the people involved aren't going to be involved. So, yeah, they did the whole like Cody kicked Cena's ass and then forced him to sign the contract because Cena was trying to cower out of it like a chicken shit heel would, and then he gave this speech about how Cody turned it back and we're back and blah blah blah. So it was face Cena. I do think it was cool how they started off Cena's entrance with the black screen, like his heel entrance, and then all of a sudden it kicked on, and he talked to Stu, and he ran to the ring. We got Cena back.
Yeah.
So, Cody's
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't. I wanted to see where this heel run was going to go.
Well, that was the problem. It couldn't go where it was going to go because of certain, people. Now, I don't know what happened with Travis Scott as far as Rock and Triple H. I do kind of believe there might be a little bit of heat there, but The Rock played it to us like he was like, I just showed up once and that's all I ever planned. But the truth was he was doing a Martin Scorsese film and he couldn't show up anymore because they were like, no, you're not going to go wrestle when you're doing a film. But regardless, this is what we get. So maybe, but I will say this was better than their Mania match. Way better than their Mania match.
This was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Cena impressed me because, I'm not a huge in-ring, we all know how I feel. Like Cena's great, whatever, Cena. But this was fun. You know how long this went? 39 minutes. And it didn't feel like it. This was almost 40 minutes. And it didn't feel like it. They got me at all those false finishes. Like, it was fun.
So, every time they hugged, were you thinking that Cody Rhodes was going to look up at the camera and pull a Cena?
But I thought for sure that the crowd was going to turn on him when he took the fucking thing that holds the corner posts off to beat Cena with it. I thought right there the crowd was going to turn on him right there.
I thought the crowd were kind of turning on him anyways. I swear I heard a lot of boos.
There were some boos at a couple points because I talked again. I love I work with people that watch wrestling, and I talked to my coworkers, and I was like, now that it's face versus face, Cody has to be careful because if he does certain things, this is a street fight. If he does certain things, the crowd's not going to like it because it's Cena, and that's just fact.
Yeah.
So it was a great match. It was a passing of the torch, obviously.
I don't remember the last time I saw someone like pull off the ring post. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was intense. And I just, like I said, I thought right there they might have run, but they went everywhere. Like every time I thought the match was over, it wasn't. Charles Robinson didn't have to take a hit from anybody. I don't even think Charles was reffing the match, but I was just kind of joking because, the plow over. But, and of course, in the end, Cody gets the title back. Cena says thank you. Michael Cole's on commentary talking about we need to enjoy this because it's almost over. Cena turns around to leave the ring, and what happens? Brock Lesnar music hits, and the place goes fucking banana. Like biggest pop of the night. Cena sells the shock. Michael Cole says shit on the air. Because the truth is, only maybe 2 people at least, Triple H and Nick Khan, no one knew Brock was coming back. The commentators didn't know, the writers didn't know. So Michael Cole.
So that was a legit.
That was a legit response from Michael Cole and Wade, but Wade just was a little more, Wade said, "Oh my God, I think, holy shit." So Brock comes out, his hat and his vest looking like a bad motherfucker, and stares down a little, and then F5 Cena, and we go off the air. And then the internet lights up, good and bad, because we know what this is tied to, the Janelle Grant case. So
yeah,
I
even have mixed feelings about this. I don't know how I feel yet.
So here's when it first happened, okay, I'm gonna go in depth just a smidge on this. When it first happened, I'm like, well, I read all those documents. Yeah, congratulations, Cody. I read all those documents. Brock's name is in there, but he's not accused of doing anything, right? But here's the problem. He's innocent because he didn't do anything in that situation, but he's also guilty because you knew that was offered to you. You knew that wasn't right.
You didn't report it,
and you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I remember when we first talked about this situation when it first broke.
Wasn't
the weather the reason he didn't come? Wasn't it talked about how the weather, like he was offered, but it's not like he declined because, oh no, this is wrong.
I don't remember exactly.
That's what I remember. It was like something like there was like a thunderstorm and he wasn't able to get on the plane or something.
Like I said, in TKO, when it was just let him come back, they did go through all the paperwork, and I don't think I saved it. But again, that's my confliction. Brock didn't accept the offer. Brock didn't do anything, but you didn't say anything, and you're Brock Lesnar. So there's several issues here. I don't care if it's Vince McMahon. You should have reported it. You're Brock Lesnar. What were they going to do? They weren't going to destroy you. Were they going to let you wrestle in WWE anymore? You're Brock fucking Lesnar. You could go to UFC. You could wrestle somewhere else, or you could just go hunt the fucking deer in the woods like you like to and fade away into the sunset. So there's no reason for you not to have said something so this woman didn't have to suffer anymore. That's where my confliction is.
Yeah.
Good for you for not taking the offer, but you have zero reason. If this was somebody lesser known that wasn't, you're already Brock Lesnar. That's my point. Like, you have power. They always say Vince is untouchable. I think Brock Lesnar coming out, I think that could have took Vince down, or at least stopped it or slowed it down.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to judge, but I clearly remember in my head when this first all broke that I said something to the point of, even if people weren't involved but knew about it and didn't say nothing, they're just as guilty. Pretty sure I made that statement or something similar to those words.
I don't remember that detail. I just remember that the reason I condemned him was because I thought the report was the only reason he said no is because of conflict of either scheduling or, there was a reason he wasn't able to, but I didn't think it was just because, well, no, this is wrong.
I don't remember reading any detail of why he didn't. Like I said, I read the documents. I don't remember anything specific. But of course, when I read them, it was before Brock's name got put in there. At first, they just said former UFC fighter.
Well, I just remember we broke it on the podcast, and that's what we discussed.
Yeah. But needless to say, Janelle's people did release a statement that basically said they were condemning them for bringing Brock back and talking about how this went on for way too long and all the cover-ups and, blah, blah, blah. Basically saying the same thing. Yeah, Brock, you didn't take advantage of her, but you also didn't tell anyone.
You also didn't help.
So, I mean, the crowd pop was big. I listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts and such. Most of them I've listened to haven't brought up the case at all. They're just talking about Brock being back. But facts are facts. I'll tell you this. We use social media a lot, right?
Yeah.
And we can talk algorithms and views, and I notice things. So, for example, when I made that TikTok about Hulk Hogan's death, that little tribute TikTok, it got like 4 views on TikTok. Got a ton of views on Facebook. TikTok wasn't feeling Hulk Hogan. I made our little Summerslam post with Brock Lesnar's music. No views on TikTok. 0. Ton of them on Facebook. It's not even getting open because it says Brock Lesnar. So that shows you the difference in algorithms and views and people watching, I guess. So, but it's split. Some people don't care. Some do. Even in the end, I guess if Brock's not charged with anything, then technically there's no reason he can't come back. I guess my issue with him is more of a moral thing. You can't charge him for not telling anybody anything, but to me, that's horrible. You had the power that you could have done something. That's where I struggle.
Yeah, I don't think I like this. I much prefer Seth's cash in.
Now, on the other side of it, facts are facts, and Cena requested Brock as an opponent, was one of his final opponents.
I don't know if I love that either.
Well, and there's certain people now that are saying that Hollywood should stay away from Cena. So this could turn into something messy. Right now, it's just kind of.
He might not be retiring, is what you're saying.
I don't know. Like, you know how these things can go, right? Right now, it's just two sides chattering, but who knows? I'm surprised, even though Brock's not being charged, that TKO would okay this just because the press is going to be a mess. And it's not going to be good press. Like they say, all press is good press, but not all press is good press. Like, I'm surprised they took this risk. The hardcore wrestling fans don't care. Nobody in MetLife Stadium gave two fucks about that case. You know, more power to them, I guess.
I do.
But I do, and I've felt for Janelle since this started, and I've kept pulling up on it this whole time where other people just kind of dusted to the back, you know. And yeah, so I guess it's a moral thing, even if he's found guilty. So I'm surprised TK rolled the dice, but he's going to sell checks, right? By the way, 4 matches are left for John Cena, and now we know one of them is going to be
against Brock Lesnar.
I'm going to guess this will be Clash at Paris. You think they'd save Brock for a big? I don't think they're going to save it. I think they're going to do it right away because there's people in the back going, we better do this now before we can't do it.
Yeah.
So I've still heard the rumor that Gunther is being eyed for his last opponent. I haven't heard anything, but I'm guessing only because he's never held it. I think we're going to see Cena versus Dominic because Cena's never been Intercontinental champ. Not saying they'll put it on him, but that's the one title that Cena's never held is the Intercontinental title. So I think we might see Dirty Dom and Cena. That's just a guess. So,
interesting.
So there you go. We'll see over the next couple of weeks where this goes. But people don't hate me. I made posts about it and I have mixed emotions. But we're a wrestling podcast, and this is big wrestling news.
Yeah, no, we're talking about it. That doesn't mean we like it.
Well, yeah, and just because I made the TikToks and stuff in the videos, that's because it's wrestling news and this is what we do. So,
yep.
Until otherwise proven, it's a moral issue, and
it's until proven guilty, I guess.
And it's not my job to condemn him over a moral issue. He'll have to deal with that himself someday. So, there you go. Until he's found guilty, welcome back, Brock. We'll see where it goes. Will it go more than one match, or is it just going to be a one and done?
We'll see.
All right.